Hi friends, welcome back to Rafting Magazine. I am Trevor, and on this episode of the Gear Shed, I am going to be talking about a new Throwbag I just picked up. This guy right here, this is the WWTC 20 meter Classic Throwbag. So before we get into that, please make sure, as always, like and subscribe. And if you have questions, of course, you can always put those in the comments. But let us dive into it. I upgraded this bag based on a recommendation from Zach Collier from Northwest Rafting Company. He said a lot of great things about this. He also did a review on it, which I will link to as well. So if you want to check that out, I'd recommend you take his advice, see what he has to say about it as well. Don't just take my opinion. However, this bag has a lot of things to like, so let's kind of dive into it and talk about this bag first, and then I'll give you kind of some background on why I decided to do this. I used to have an NRS Guardian Pro bag, so we'll kind of compare and contrast that in a little bit. But first thing is how quick this bag is to deploy. It's super awesome. You whip it out, grab that, pull some rope out, and you're ready to go. So that was doing it kind of slow, but this bag is it's a little different in design to those Guardian throw bags because it's got this huge wide opening at the top. Has quite a bit more rope in it. So the Guardian, I believe, has 55 feet of rope in it, and this one has a little over 60 feet of rope, so 20 meters. The other thing that's really cool is this bag comes stock with 8mm rope, so that's about 30% larger than the 1/4 inch rope that NRS is putting in their Guardian Pro. So it gives you a lot more surface area to hold on to. Rope is a lot more soft and supple, so it's pretty easy to handle and easy to work with. It is, of course, a similar type of rope. This one is made in Hungary, unlike the rope from NRS that is, I believe it's a Sterling grab line. So they're both, the same certifications and all that, essentially. I mean, this one has a European certification. That NRS one obviously has an American certification, but other than that, they're still, used for swiftwater rescue and whatnot. This rope will have a little higher tensile strength than the other rope from NRS, if just as a comparison. But still, I mean, if you're using this in the States, I mean, it's definitely a good rescue bag if you're a professional rescuer. Another cool feature of this bag is it's got this pocket right here. You can put a carabiner in there, and it has a loop in there. And this pocket is padded. So if you do toss this at somebody and boom, it hits them in the head, what's going to happen is this is all padded and it's not going to hurt them the same way as if you had a carabiner attached to, say, any other throw bag. All right, how this looks on your back is also really important too. And it's not just the look of it, it's how it fits between your PFD. So I want to show you guys that. And so you can see what it looks like and how much coverage it has, because I think this is actually an important factor in throw bags, is the coverage on your back when you spin it around. So you can see back here, there's almost practically no gap between my PFD and this bag right here. So there's a big padded back belt that also kind of covers that gap as well. And I'm just going to show you the NRS bag for comparison. All right, here's a Guardian Pro. As you can see where it sits on my hips, just kind of where it sits naturally, there's a bit of a gap, maybe even a hand. So if you're going down a river and there's a rock about this big and you end up, bouncing on your butt off the rock and then it hits your bag, it could also hit your back. So this is something that I really like about these wider, larger throw bags, is that they take up more space on your back and just give you that little bit of extra padding, which I think is pretty good because I run a lot of creaky stuff. So when I run a lot of creaky stuff, I'm always worried about hitting my back on rocks if I flip or something like that. So let's dive back into that WWTC bag. This was designed by a guy named Gaspar in Hungary. And Gaspar, he's a swiftwater rescuer, so he definitely knows his stuff. And he has collaborated with Mark Hirst on designing this bag. And Mark Hirst has also been a contributor for us. So he has a principle called the clean line principle, and we talk about it quite a bit. If you don't know that much about it, we do have an article, so I can link to that and you guys can check that out. But the clean line principle is just about not having extra stuff hanging off or things in the way. So Gaspar's design integrated a lot of those ideas. And this bag is one of the ones that comes with the flip line pouch. So this flip line pouch is great. It's sewn into the belt. It's you know, it's got little drain holes and things like that. But ultimately, the biggest thing about this is there's nothing sticking out or going anywhere. It's super easy to deploy. Grab that, whip it out, and you got your flip line. It's got a couple little pouches in here, and you can put all kinds of stuff in here. It's just super great design with that. The rest of the bag, though, again, I'm a pretty big fan of how it's been put together and the principles behind what they did and why they did it. You know, there's not been a lot of innovation in throwbag technology and for a long time in the river industry, and now we're seeing a lot more of that. And this is definitely one of those forward-thinking designs that I really like. You know, given all the features of it, it's definitely worth it, I think. You know, how does it handle, and is it worth the money for this bag? I'd say yes. I mean, I've took this on Silver Creek, did a bunch of portaging with it, and it worked out really, really well. It was much easier to portage. It was really cold that day too. It was almost the winter solstice, so you know, we had a lot of, despite the sun being out and it being warm, it was still cold in the canyon. So being able to have that extra 30% diameter on that rope to grab while I'm lining and portaging boats through was super incredible. I think this bag's really well put together, and I think for the value of this bag, I think after shipping it was, can't remember the exact price. I will put that in here when I go to edit it, and also drop a link in there as well. But it was definitely a reasonably priced bag, and the shipping time was super quick from Hungary. So and definitely reasonable prices on shipping too. So I recommend that you all check this bag out. And if you have questions about it, please drop that below in the comments. Always happy to talk to you about how I feel about this. And then again, also take a look at Zach's video too, which I have linked to as well. His bag, or his video on this bag, it covers quite a bit and quite a bit of other stuff. He's a bit of a throwback connoisseur, so I always like to offer other opinions on this, not just my own. Other than that, I think if you do pick one of these up, you're going to enjoy it quite a bit. Again, excellent choice for a waist bag. So as always, thanks for checking out this video, and we will see you next time on Rafting Magazine.